Morning, YouTubers. How are you? Welcome back to another video. In this gorgeous looking and sunny Melbourne morning. Today I'm going to install this BlackVue battery backup, and involve mounting this bracket onto somewhere onto my Outlander. Because this has a little USB port for people to plug in phones or things to recharge. So I'm just thinking whether I should leave the wire exposed or leave it upside down. But because of a security reason, I think I'll just install it this way and just leave that in the future extension the charging port with the extension lead later on when I decide what I want to do. But today I just want to install this somewhere here on my Outlander, somewhere here. Mounting is not a problem because it comes with a very strong double-sided mounting Velcro tape, but if the mounting tape is not doing the job, then it also comes with the mounting screws. So we'll see how it goes later on. So, but however, I do need to get access to the fuse box because my dash cam, which is the same brand, BlackVue, it also is directly wired into the fuse box. So that will involve removing this, and this. So it's quite involved there. So what we'll do is we'll just guide through slowly, and occasionally I may need to pause the video and show you guys how to actually do it up. Okay, now first step, need to remove this, and usually I should wear some gloves with this job, but because I'm a bit lazy today, so I just use bare hand. So basically you need to remove from there. You need to lift that this panel here where my finger is. You need to lift outwards and then push it up, then go click. And on the other side, do the same thing. Where the joint is, pull out and lift, and then the whole thing comes off. Okay. Put this aside. One. Now two. This the kick panel here. So there's a little anchor there. Need to undo that anchor. Stop it there. Need to undo it. Stopper. And then this whole panel come backwards. So there's a hole, and the clip there. So you pull backwards, and it'll come out. Because I have this molded mat here, so I don't want to remove it because that is quite a big job to remove that. So I'll just do it as it is. So that goes there. So you don't worry about those for the moment. Now we move on to remove the seal rubber. Just pulls it out. because it's actually a clip-on. So just remove this much because we just need to remove this panel and that panel. So that's all you need to remove. So that panel, this panel, let's use a trim removal tool. Stick in, pull. It should come out sideways. It's a bit difficult to do with one hand. Usually with two hands, we're a lot easier. So that's a clip on top, clip on bottom, and two anchors. So just need to be careful as you pull it off because Mitsubishi plastics are actually quite soft. Now, next step, glove box. So open it. There's two tabs that you need to push in to remove. Usually easier to do it with two hands. Oh, and that's a little gas strap there. You need to disconnect it first. Just push it to the side. This gas strap you need to disconnect first. Then usually you just pull out. I'll explain mine in a moment. Can we just pull out because the glove box is anchored by two clips there that goes onto here and there. So if you sort of open this this out from that side there, it should be able to just the whole glove box should be just pull out. Okay, and I want to go back. And now this lower need to pull this lower panel out. So before you can remove this, you need to remove this center piece here that holds everything together. So now what you need to do is pull from the side, and then the whole thing will come out. Well, not quite, because they have a similar clip on the other side. Let's drive the door. Because they have a similar clip on this side of the driver door. So as you pull this side out, you need to be careful as well, because that is where the SRS module is. So just need to be careful. Pull from there. Okay, the whole panel out. And just like in the previous video, this have quite a few anchor points. You need to line them up to push back in. This is quite difficult piece to remove, but I mean easy to remove, but it's hard to put back. But we won't worry about it for now. Now to remove this lower piece, it's actually this lower piece is actually one piece here. This whole one piece to remove to get access to the fuse box. So it involves two screws. One is down here, and the other one is right in here where my finger is pointing. So you need to undo those two screws, and then the whole thing just pull back and to undo. So you need a Phillips head. At any moment, I might need to stop the video, so do excuse me. It happens. I don't know what happened. Because sometimes this job is easier to do with two hands. So screw. Pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, if I have enough money, I might upgrade to one of those GoPro that can just sit on its own, or one of those camera that mounted on the glasses. I look into one of those. So 2 screws. Okay, off. Now this is supposed to come backwards. So as you pull, okay, now this definitely need a 2 hand drop. So just bear with me. You should be able to just pull the whole thing out because the there's an anchor point here somewhere, and most of the clips are on the top. So if I pull this, hello, half of that already. Oh, gravity. Camera gravity. Oh. And disconnect the light. Actually, I missed a step actually. Supposed to remove this aircon panel first. The fan cover first. Ooh, forgot about that. Sorry. Anyway, I remove it now. Oops, sorry. Now, okay, that's off. One panel off, and now see, that's whole one piece there, and it's hold on by 1, 2, 3, 4 spring clips, and yeah, and some little anchor points. Make sure the panel is lined up, and that's where the gas strap is. Okay, now you get clear access to the fuse panel. Cool. Now let's get on with the wiring job. Before I get on to the wiring job, I forgot. I need to remove this panel to stick the bracket. I forgot about that. So now let's remove this bracket. Since we have this, because you need to remove this part of the dashboard, the glove compartment dashboard to get access to remove this panel anyway. So 1 minute, remove it, and at the same time, oh, actually, before I remove it, before you remove it, it's good to do this first. Mark your anchor point where it is, just in case you need to mount the this bracket on with a screw that is provided in the kit. And I thought, okay, I need to mark down the points that you want to mount before you remove it. But in this case, I'm going to use these double-sided tape, so it's not necessary. So what I do, I just remove the panel by undoing this anchor screw. And it just pulls off like clips. Oh, that's another clip there. That's another one of those push button clip underneath. Another one of those. So we'll put it down here, and the whole piece will just come off. by pulling outwards. Whoa, there you go. So that anchors there. Yep, anchors there. And then 1, 2 clips and anchor point. Anchor point. So yeah, so as you remove it, you need to be careful. We'll stick the thing on later on because I need to use a bit of a primer to paint a bit of a primer there first before I put the sticker on. So now let's get on with the the wiring job. Put it aside. Let's get on with the wiring job. Yeah, since it's going around there, so I'm going to dangle some wires down here, and then just go with the existing wiring loom. As you can see, I already make a wiring loom along there because of the automated tailgate that I install, and that is the main wiring for the tailgate, and that's the what do you call it, the kick sensor. So all we need to do is to tap into the dash cam wiring, and then we'll just modify the wiring from there. So this is a two-hand job, so I have to stop from there. Update. Spent about half an hour to find out where the wires are, and now need to weld it up and tidy it up. And as said before, these sort of job is not for faint-hearted people. If you're not sure what to do, don't attempt it yourself and get the proper auto electrician to do it for you. Yeah, I'll come back with you after the wiring is done. Okay, now got most of the wire tidy up. Now I'm going to leave this open until I mounted the unit. Then I'll finish off the wiring, and then I'll cut and splice these to make the final fit. So what happened is I would just want to make sure the unit can easily fit in properly, and make sure it works before I actually finish off the wiring. And the wiring is somehow, well, it's simple, but yet it's tricky because I need, pardon me, needed to hardwire into the unit instead of just tap into the accessory socket for a more secure and discreet fit. So now I'm going to fit the bracket in. Now, as I'm not sure if you can see it, I actually, yeah, there you go. I primed the surface with the adhesive promoter from 3M. As you can see, I do it on both sides. So what I do now is to one hand to place this double-sided Velcro tape that are provided by BlackVue. The adhesive usually are pretty good, but sometimes when they they get left on the shelf for a certain period, it may be a little bit off, but it seems to be okay to me at the moment and feel sticky. So I'm going to put on one side. So just line this up. Once it's down, put pressure on. Really hard. Really hard. Really press it. Really press it down, and then remove the rest. As you go, remove it slowly and press it down to avoid the air bubble. where the adhesive is. It looks pretty good. Yeah, so massage it in, press it really hard, massage it in, and that's one side done. Now the other side, now what we'll do is put it over there for a second. Now, there. I also make a little dot there with the marker there, just in case this adhesive didn't work out. I could always use those drill a hole there and screw on with the screws that provided it. Again, yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult job, but then again, we'll worry about it after. We'll just do this first, and now again, now remove. Just realized my hands are really dry. Remove the backing. And now logo up. Again, line up all the dots there. Well, roughly there. Now press it down really hard. I'm not sure how good it's going to hold, but because this is a Velcro, so it does give a bit of a give and take on the pressure. Because why is this so? Because the dash panel of the Outlander is a very soft. It's a soft, scratchy plastic. So it can bend easily. So I'm not sure how it's going to hold up, but because it is a Velcro, so it does have a bit of give and take on the bending pressure. So hopefully this will work out, and I don't have to. I can see the dot is lined properly, good, and if it is not holding in, then start drilling holes and put the screws in. Okay, so now give a lot of pressure, press, give a lot of pressure, and then we'll do is we're going to skip a step. I'm going to put this panel back in, and oh, getting old. Oh, no fun. Getting old, but that's okay. We'll leave on. So line up with these claws. The Mitsubishi people call it a claw, but it's actually a anchoring tab. Yep. Line this up and then push the clip in. So let's go. So that goes up there. That claw goes up there. So line up the panel. Line up the panel. One claw in and push the clip in. It's underneath this. I need to push them. Again, because the panels are so soft, really need to line up properly. There. Now, fit. Okay. Now, I have to push one of these buttons. Back there. Oh, the wire's in the way. You guys can't see it, but it's actually there. So we're gonna push that button back in. I'll just put this down for a second. Sorry, guys. Really have to do this by feel. Because I can't actually see it properly from the angle. Gravity! Try again. And the opening is relatively narrow too, and got it. I'm not sure you guys can see it. Yeah, it's this button here. This button I need to push in. Okay, so now it is secure. Now you can see there's plenty of slack there. So what I do is I'm going to pull the slack back. I finish off that wiring first, and then we'll do a trial fit and make sure it is okay. Then we'll push the slack back. Okay, we'll just put this down for a second. Okay, I just have a little test run, and all plugged in, everything, and it is charging, and the camera is working, and the back also working as well. I'm not sure we can see it. The little LED light on the back camera is on. Yep, so everything's working. So now I'm going to tidy up some wiring, cut down the slacks, and then we'll put everything back together. Just give me a second there. I'll just put this down again. Give me a moment. Okay, guys, and it seems to be working fine. Now the key is off, and the backup battery is powering the actual camera unit. So all good. Now let's put everything back together in one piece. Yep, by doing this in reverse order. Let's see if you guys remember what. But that's okay. I'm gonna do it. Okay, that's all right. So first of all, we're gonna put this back in. Yep. So yep. Parking mode's on. Yeah, very good. Now need to push this in, and with anchor points on the side and clips on the top. Okay, and now let's do this. I'll see if I can do it with one hand. So what I usually do with this is I just clip the top part in first, let it dangle a little bit, because the top is relatively strong. So push that in, and then line up the side, push that in, and there should be another one here somewhere. Yeah, need to line this sucker up. So yeah, need to line that up. So okay, click. Okay, then have to do up the two bottom screws there, and which is 1 and 2. So that's one here. Just do it up by hand first. So anchor it. And the one over here. one over here as well. So and one here as well. Sorry, didn't see it. That's it. So that's in. Sorry, I just pull it out to the side, make sure I put the screwdriver on the screw first. Just bear with me. Yeah, got it. If you decided to use a electric screwdriver this job, you're more than welcome to do so. But mind you, the extra torque on those things will actually de-thread the metal bracket underneath. So if you need to use electric screwdriver, just turn it into the second last lower setting first before you actually start doing the bolts up. Otherwise, it will do a little damage with the thread of the screw as well as the bracket that holds it. Yep. Pull this damper down. We'll explain why in a minute. Now the next is that panel there. You need to do that panel up. From memory, this is one of those extremely difficult panel to go back in. So that's why I have to start from the right hand side to line it up, because most of the anchors on the right hand side, because it holds the what do you call it, the SRS airbag panel. So I need to be extra careful. But yet, yeah. Anyway, now need to line this up, because now I'm not sure you can see it. Have these anchor points here. Need to line up those anchor points into those holes there. So before you push the clip in. So the way I do it is to line up those points there. Line it up first, and then make sure they're in before you push in. Now, oh, didn't work. Didn't work. Start again. Okay. Make sure I line it up. So I push the two bottom anchor in first. That's it. Push them in. Push them in. That's it. Now I line up these clip against the holes. And also, this is the reason why the plastic panels are so soft, is because it wants so it allows you to line them up. Ow, ow. To line up and push it in. Now that's it. In. Good. Good. Oh, in. Flush. And that is connect properly. Good. Okay, now next step. The next step is the fan cover. The fan cover also a little bit thinner as well. Same as before. You need to line up the 2 tabs there, 1, 2, into those holes at the back. I'm sure you can see it. There's a white plastic hole there. Yep. And at the same time, need to install the footwell lamp. This way. Turn. So just dangle the wire here, and then line up those holes with the little tab. Line up, and then plug in the footwell lamp. Plug it in. Once you plug in, it should be the light should come on. What happened there? It's only one way to fit in. Only one way to fit in. Clip, and it should be on. If it's not come on, it's because I had the door open for too long, and it can reset. Now, this cover, there's a little tab that you need to line it up. There you go. It was a wire. So you clip and push those tab in. There's push button goes into the hole here. 1, 2. Okay. It depends. Next, well, you can actually start doing up the side first, or I usually I just do up all the panel first before I fit the glove box back in. That means it makes the job a little bit pardon me, complete. Now, next one is the no, change my mind. I do put the glove box back. Okay, now the way to do it is push one side in. Oops. It's a 2-hand job. Okay, that's in, and then just push those tab in. Yeah. Yeah, need to go click, click, and then push the glove box in and go snap. It's in. Now, remember that damper there? Pull down, and then clip onto the little tab on the glove box, and voila. So when it opens, have a soft opening. And next one is it's called trim panel. It's called trim panel. So just need to line up the bottom tab, the top tab, and there, and there. Just push in, and then push the weather strip back. It basically is a claw clip on the side. You push in, and once you line it up, it should go in by itself. Just push it in, push in. Okay, now get out of the way. I don't like things lying everywhere. Now this side kicking panel, and you go back in, and this nut here needs to go onto the. You see that's an opening, so it's supposed to go there like that. There's a little tab underneath here. Yeah, it goes in there. So now, excuse me for a second, I just try to use 2 hands and push that in. Just leave you guys there for a second. I'm going to pull this sucker out. Okay, now just go in. Just go in. Don't fight me. There you go. There you go. That's all there is. That's all there is. And then line up the this way, and then line up the little push button there with the hole, the little clip, the hole, bracket hole. Just push in, snap. That's it, and then the whole thing just goes in place. If it doesn't go in place, just wiggle a little bit, because there's a carpet underneath that's will create the extra bulge, and that's all there is. And then put the anchor back in. There you go. There you go. Just push in, and then give it a few turns until it's secure. That's it. That's the side panel. Now, there's another thing that really hate is the where the runner or the edge panel. So the hook here and the hook down there need to hook up to the panel down there and there. So need to line it up. Need to line it up there. So, and the other one down there somewhere. Okay, so I need to line it up. And then you have to you really do it by feel. Okay, that I just heard it click. Okay, good. So that means that hook is inside the hole. Oh, this also inside the hole as well. Cool. Now just pushing. That's it. Done. Secure it. Done. Flush. Good. Finished. All done. And camera's still working. So cool. Job's cool. Okay. All right. And that wraps up the video. I guess I will do the cleanup here, and put all the tools away, and I'm sure that you don't actually want to see that, and also tidy up that dangling wire there. I think just use a bit of tape that just goes onto it, and so it won't look so ugly. So once again, thank you guys for sticking around, and I try to cut out the bits that is boring, and I'm sure you don't need to look at how I look at someone else's wires, because it's quite complicated, and that's job done. And once again, thank you very much for watching. And if you found this video is useful, actually, before I actually sign off, one thing is, this kit is actually designed, this battery pack is actually designed for you to plug into the cigarette lighter, and then connect the battery directly to the dash cam. But the problem is that you have wires dangle everywhere, and I don't like wires dangles everywhere. Well, except the USB cable. Oh, okay. The battery is depleted, so need to drive for a little while. So I decided to hardwire it. The good thing about hardwiring is you don't see wires everywhere. And also, as I do hardwiring, I do it because the battery need to be charged very intensely. Okay, so the wire has to be thick. The wire has to be strong. So I use the factory wire that comes with the kit that actually do the hard wiring. So since it's actually plugged into a cigarette socket, cigarette plug socket, so I just do it with the same circuit, wire to the same circuit, and it worked tremendously. And that's it. Yeah, so that's how I work it. And so if you are not sort of good with electrical wiring and that sort of stuff, and you looks like a headache, then don't do it. Get some. I just plug it in the cigarette plug, and then use a bit of tape to tape it up so the wire won't dangle everywhere and become a driving hazard. Or get an auto electrician to wire it up for you. That is a good advice. So once again, guys, thank you for sticking around, and also sneak peek. Never. I got half the seat done. So once that is done, and plug into the seat heating circuit, we'll do another video with you guys. And once again, thank you for sticking around with us, and thank you for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button, like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you very much for sticking around and watching. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Ta-da.